This is the first recording that I have used real string players that I recorded myself, and I think that made a big difference compared to my past recordings. I was, I think, too caught up with using samples and virtual instruments, and I didn't realize that you need that human touch to come up with something much better sounding, and I think I achieved that in this album. There are a few of them. It's difficult to say which one is my favorite. First of all, I should say that during the production stage, post-production, let's say, you hear your own song so many times, like thousands of times, maybe even more, I don't know. During the mixing, mastering, it's difficult to like your own songs anymore, you know. It's exciting when you first compose them. You think that you made something special, you are all hyped up, but after you hear them 20,000 times to make them sound good in the mixing, you start to hate them. At least that's how it works for me. So now it's difficult for me to hear them. I don't even, unfortunately, enjoy my own music. But if I have to choose, I think I would go with that track that's called Cataphracт. I think that's probably one of my finest works that I've done so far in my life. I'm really proud of that song. So that's it. It's a Latin phrase that means through hardships to the stars, and I felt like it fit to the journey of my life throughout the last 3-4 years, because I was in a very dark place about 4 years ago with my life and regarding my music, my plans about what I want to do in this field, and throughout all that difficult times, eventually I am now at a place that I couldn't even dream of before, that I can make my own recordings at a level that I didn't expect that is possible in a short time, and also a lot of many other things regarding throughout the recording of this album. Also, there were many difficulties I had faced, but eventually somehow I managed to complete it as how I wanted the tracks to sound like. And so I thought that would be a good way to name the album. And so the album starts with the track Per Aspera, which means through hardships, and the last track Ad Astra. So end of through all these hardships, somehow things turn out to be well. I think there are two answers to this question. One would be, the short answer would be that I think I started recording the tracks around February last year, and until I think July I was done with the songs, all of the tracks. But there is also the mixing process, mixing, mastering, production, which I think took me a bit longer than composing the songs and recording them. So I would say like maybe 8-9 months in total with everything, maybe even more. I'm not so sure. But I should also add that some of the songs, the track's roots goes back to a couple of years ago or last year, that some ideas that I recorded somewhere on my hard drive, some sounds that I recorded that I like, or some ideas, and that I didn't use them in that time. Somehow now this time I found a way to to use them in these new recordings. So not necessarily all of the sounds or the ideas are from last year, but it's an accumulation of sounds and ideas collectively from last a few years also, I will say.